Hi YouTube, welcome to Pagan Perspective. This is Thursday. I am your host Megan, aka Witchery, and today we get to pick between three topics if we want to talk about all of them or one of them. And the question asker wanted to know about Druidism, moon magic, and or kitchen witchery. So I thought I might focus on kitchen witchery the most just because I have a lot of experience with that. However, I also have a lot of experience with moon magic. So that's sort of my two choices, I guess, for this video. I would say Druidism is something that, though we certainly have had Druids on the channel before, and I have definitely learned a lot more about it in the past couple of years, I definitely do not know a lot about it or feel like I am versed enough to talk about it for a video. So kitchen witchery, though, is something that I do all the time. So kitchen witchery is really all about intention. It's really all about using the mundane, sort of the act of making dinner or the act of making a meal for those you love, and infusing that with intention, right? So if you're stirring a pot, you're going to stir in all of your intention that you want for that. Now, kitchen witchery is old. It, in some ways, is very similar to hedge witchery in that it brings about the everyday life into the religion. So it is not about the big ritual and the big pomp and circumstance. It's about the everyday practices that are in a way turned into ritual and made special because of intention. And using those tools within the home, within the kitchen, to be able to go about bringing your intention to life. So it's a little bit of magic right in the kitchen. It's why, you have those recipes, right? That meal that your grandmother or your mother made. And it's just, even though you might be doing it the same, even though you've put the same ingredients in, for some reason it just always seemed to taste better when they made it. That's kitchen witchery. It's that intention, even if they did it unknowingly. So when people love us and they make food for us, they are putting their intention into that meal. When you think about it, when somebody is making a soup, for example, for somebody who is sick, they are putting in healing energy into that soup. So the ingredients of the soup, while yes, absolutely can be very beneficial, especially a good vegetable soup with lots of fiber and vitamin C and things like that. However, it's also the energy, the magic that goes into that that helps to heal. So that is basically my take on kitchen witchery and what I do. There is a lot more. If you are interested in a little bit more kitchen witchery, I highly recommend looking up Cucina Aurora. Dawn Hunt is a very good friend of mine, and she makes these beautiful infused oils. And she is a kitchen witch, and she does all sorts of videos and things like that. So you can find her like on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube even. And she is all about kitchen witchery magic, and that's her thing. So, and her oils are amazing. Yeah, her rosemary olive oil, is so good. And then the last one would be moon magic. So moon magic for me is something that I do all the time. Moon magic is the idea that we are able to use the moon as a conduit for most of our magic and our spells and things like that. There's a lot of stuff when it comes to moon magic and the way that the moon plays into our practice. And it's actually way too much to talk about in a video like this, because I feel like moon magic is beyond just saying moon magic. To me, the moon is an essential part of my practice. The moon is the symbol of the goddess on earth, and the moon is so powerful. I mean, even if you are not pagan, even if you are the most science-minded person, the moon is so important. The moon impacts our tides. It impacts our weather. The moon has such an important role to play on Earth. And I'm sure that, if you know any nurses, you could probably ask them what happens on a full moon, and they'll tell you things get different. Things get a little bit weird sometimes. And there's something special and there's something magical about that time. And we know that the moon itself, if you're a practitioner as well, you know that when the moon is in her different phases, you're able to tap into that power in different ways. And it doesn't mean that there's a lesser phase. It just means that it's different. A new moon versus a full moon is going to be a very different experience. And you're going to be able to get different things from the moon at that time. And there are different ways to work with it. So I definitely recommend, if you are looking into moon magic, start by focusing on just collecting moon energy. So the way that I love to collect moon energy is to do it in water and to make moon water. So you take purified water. I do not recommend getting water out of a bottle. It's essentially tap water. So I like to use like a distilled water, or I use a water that comes naturally from a stream or something like that. And when I lived in Maui, it was oftentimes just ocean water. You want to have a nice open bowl. So not a tight closed bowl, but one that has sort of like a pasta bowl, right? It has an open. A scrying bowl would be perfect for this. Need to have a lot of surface space. And you want to go out at night, ideally with the full moon, but you don't have to. Full moon just is its full potency. And you want to make sure that the moon's reflection is in the water. You then want to meditate on that and allow the moon to imbue its power into that water. You can then bottle that water and use that for lots of different rituals and magical workings. It's really valuable, and being able to make moon water is great. You can cleanse things with it. It's wonderful. It's a great way to kind of start that process. And as you're meditating with the moon, also let the moon energy flow into you and see how you feel. That's sort of just like your basic way of starting with moon magic. It's way too much to go into today, but just a little bit for you there. So that is it. I need to get going and dry this hair. I will see you all next week. Much love and blessings to you. As always, blessed be, and aloha. Bye.